Hi, it's Joe Waynes from TurtleWorks. I want to tell you a story about Roy. So Roy called me in 2020 and he said, Joe, our mistakes are costing me money. I don't know what I don't know, but I need some help with technology. So I met with Roy and Mark to see their operation. It was pretty rough. I recommended an Intranet starter kit. It's a low cost, low risk package meant for situations like this. The starter kit allows people to begin taking full advantage of Microsoft 365, moving beyond Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Outlook into Teams, SharePoint, and the Power Platform. So here's a glimpse at the flyer for the starter kit. And what it includes is guidance, setup, and configuration around Microsoft 365. It allows us to build some kind of simple application of some of the tools inside of Microsoft 365 that advance your business, some group training, and then we provide support for help answers and customization. Some potential outcomes of a starter kit are Teams and SharePoint are set up with best practices, moving your files to the cloud, a simple productivity application that leverages SharePoint List or Power Automate Flow, training on Microsoft OneNote, which is a fantastic tool allowing you to take notes and share those notes with your team from anywhere, and then access for all employees to critical information and files, which is really one of the beauties of putting things in the cloud, and then maybe a launch point for core company systems. After we go through that process of doing the starter kit, we don't leave you behind. We have about 4 hours of time left in the bank to deal with questions, make some tweaks to whatever solution we provided, or perhaps do some additional training so the client doesn't have to worry about being dinged with a bill for making a phone call because they have a question. So as far as Roy and Mark are concerned, we use that starter kit to tailor teams and channels, so that's Microsoft Teams, to match each of their dealership customers. And then we guided them through a discovery, design, implementation, and training around what we did with teams and channels. So when we were done, they had an organized structure in the cloud for their files and customer interactions. Each dealership customer had its own team and multiple channels that matched their business structure, essentially a portal for each dealership. We took the disorganized files that were on 2 laptops and a desktop, and we moved them into the new organized structure in the cloud. Each dealership was granted access to their team and channel, but not any others. And this allowed the customer to upload, download, and view files for themselves. We call that self-service. It also allowed Mark and Roy to work remotely. And the beauty is 80% of emails with attachments were eliminated by this process. And another 80% of client emails and phone calls with questions related to documents were eliminated as well, because the client can go look for the answers themselves without having to wait for Mark and Roy to respond. So with Microsoft 365 configured this way, both my client and their customers have reduced their workload by many hours a week. They enjoy working with modern tools and the simpler user experience. My client, with remote access to information using their phones, can work from anywhere. And then Roy, admitting his processes were insufficient and asking for help, that allowed him to bring us in and to lead his business to a new level of growth and maturity. So that's one example of how we've used an Intranet starter kit to help businesses. I have many other examples. I just wanted to share that with you to make it easier for you to understand what an Intranet starter kit can be used for and how it can help clients. Thanks.